Hello, you're watching Awakenings TV. I'm Tamara Pitelen and I'm here with Vanya Silverten. Vanya is an intuitive healer and a channel, and this series is about using her ability to connect to the universe to find out information and answers to some of the things that have been fascinating us for a long time. Well, me usually, because she already knows the answers. But yeah.
We're about to find out.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's true, isn't it? You don't know, because whatever you do, then receive the information to whatever. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's cool. We thought we'd tackle free will versus destiny. The eternal question of how much control do humans have over their lives versus what is destined or fated in our lives. We'll see how we go. We're not sure how this is going.
Yes, it's the big question that we've been asking for millennia.
Yes, and we're going to try to solve that in 5 minutes.
5 minutes, no problem.
So when you connect, Vanya, to the source of all that is, to the universe, what do you receive about how much influence we have on our own lives?
So we are moving into a new era of more and more free will.
Okay, so we didn't have that much in the past?
It's not that we didn't have that in the past, it's just that the way that our societies and traditions and rules and regulations, it was more insular. So it kind of didn't give us as many options or choices. So, you know, if father was a baker, then son would be a baker, and then his son would be a baker, and so on, it would go. So there just wasn't so many options or choices because of the way life was kind of structured.
That's more societal control though, isn't it?
Which we still have today, you know, so we are kind of caught in that societal bubble, so that often can affect the perception of choices we have.
Yeah.
So that's one thing to look at, and are we being caught in this bubble, and is it stopping our free will, so to speak. So we are more and more moving into free worlds, or we're consciously being more aware that we are in a free will in universe or environment, and we are creating and we are manifesting. So we're moving more and more and more into that consciousness and into that reality. And that's why you get books like, you know, The Secret and, you know, Law of Attraction and Create Your Own Reality, because that's what's starting to happen. And it's beautiful because it allows us to take more responsibility in our lives. So if I am the creator of my little universe, then I am responsible for the way that people are reacting and interacting with me. You know, are negative things happening? And if so, why am I creating them?
Yeah.
Are amazing positive things happening? And that's great. And if so, how can I create more?
Yeah.
So it makes us start to be more observant of our lives and more responsible for who we are, so that we make better choices.
There's some huge questions here. Like, if we are being given more free will, who's giving it to us? Who's deciding that we get more free will?
Well, it's not that, you know, God's decided that now humanity can have free will.
Yes, you've grown up a little bit.
It's always kind of been there.
Okay.
But what's happening is we're becoming more conscious of it. We're becoming more aware of it. We're understanding the mechanics of it. We're seeing science kind of prove it. So it's becoming more of our awareness, and as we become more aware, we get to use those tools or whatever more.
So you hear a lot of people say, especially in the Mind Body Spirit movement, that things are destined, that we choose this life path before we get here, and that we are fated or destined to meet this person, have this career, etc. So how much of that is still impacting us?
Yeah. So I do believe in moments of destiny.
Yeah.
I don't believe that life is set in stone from beginning to end. But I do believe, for whatever reason, whether it's part of your learning or your growth or something that was decided before you came, you know, before you were born, or whether it's just because the way that the stars have aligned through your life and they've had an impact, I'm not quite sure. But I definitely believe in these moments of destiny where life synchronizes to make something happen. Now maybe that's from a space of also I need to create this new vision for my life and my reality, and it's so aligned to the universe, or you're so aligned to what's going on that everything just seems to sync and synchronize around you. Who knows? But I definitely believe in moments of destiny through our lives. And so you can create an amazing life to these moments of destiny, I guess. So you can arrive there rich or poor, sick or healthy, so you might as well create the most amazingness around it. How about I give you a story? Because about free will versus destiny, because sometimes stories are...
Give me a story. Tell a story.
So, obviously, I didn't want to be a spiritual healer. I wanted to be a rock star.
Right.
So my whole life was geared to being the rock star. I had the band, was playing at festivals, was singing on stage, was recording songs, was doing all the things that you do in a band to get
to be a rock star.
To be a rock star. Yeah. So this was where I was going, right?
Yeah.
And loving it, and I felt like I was alive, and I felt like this is perfect. It's my destiny. Blah 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 blah. Except what happens? The band breaks up.
Yeah.
I end up in hospital.
Yeah.
Illness, sickness, which makes me reevaluate my whole life.
Yeah.
And then I begin my healing journey. And through the healing journey, I, obviously learned and skilled. And now I've been in this whole divine timing, this destiny of the last 6 years of doing my healing, traveling to different countries to do it, doing the whole spiritual circuit, I guess. And that was my destiny, because I was meant to do that over being
a rock star. Yeah.
So it's just interesting how you think maybe you're going in one direction, and then life goes, nope, you're doing this now. So
it whacks you back onto where...
Back on track.
Is there not a little bit of part of you that's a bit resentful that would actually like to have been a rock star?
Oh yeah, I still want to be a rock star, and I still have great hope that one day...
You release the spiritual musical CD.
Absolutely. Well, I don't know if it'll be spiritual, but
Yeah.
But I definitely need to sing. But that's also part of me, and so I've recognized that I do need to sing. So so now I have that singing, because it gives me strength, it gives me power, it's part of who I am. So I meet different musicians and have a jam with them and get it all out and stuff. I think I was singing the didgeridoo the other day. I've done it with gongs, guitars. So I've also had the experience of now being able to sing with other instruments, which is quite nice. So it's still there, but it's just not in the form of what perhaps my ego or whatever envisioned for my existence.
Yeah. It's hard, must be hard to know though, because at the time, when you were trying to be a rock star, you didn't know that wasn't your destiny. As far as you were concerned, that was.
Yeah, I was so like, that was where I was going,
So how does anyone know what is...
Well, that's the interesting thing about destiny. It's like the universe knows. So it's like, oh, you think you're doing that? Well, actually, you're supposed to be doing something else now. So let's put some other events in place so that you get back on track.
Right.
And that's the thing about destiny. So that's why I believe there are moments of destiny.
Okay.
As opposed to your whole life is destined.
Right. Because it does...
Because I had the free will to create a whole rock band and have that whole experience. And maybe that was the height of the experience I was meant to have. But maybe my ego wanted a bit more.
Yeah, right.
So, but that's what I mean by moments of destiny. I think life then goes chuck, 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 chuck. I mean, how people that meet partners or life romantic partners, how many times have you been at a place that you wasn't always going to go to, but somehow destiny made you get there and that you met the person? So sometimes life has this way of going, shuffling the cards perhaps to get you back on track.
There's a part of me that goes but doesn't that make you feel like a little bit of a puppet? Somebody's pulling the strings above and you're just...
No, it's not that. I think we forget that there are higher aspects of ourselves.
Right, okay.
We're not just little, we've got a higher...
So
consciousness that might be guiding us through our lives beyond our this time zone. So our higher spirit might be there going, oh, actually we need to start doing this now and start.
So it's a part of yourself that's pulling the puppet strings. So it's you guiding yourself, but at a level that we're not conscious of. Is that what you mean?
That's why we have to get more conscious of those, so we can see these moments happening before that they do, or that we start creating our lives so that, or manifesting our lives so that it's aligned to where our soul or our purpose brings us.
Right, yeah. And so you do sometimes, you'll go to fortune tellers have a reputation for getting things a bit wrong and a bit right when they're trying to do future readings. Yeah. And so, this might be something we should tackle another day, but just briefly, why do they get stuff wrong? If let's assume that they're not frauds and they're actually got some kind of talent or gift, why do they get stuff wrong?
Maybe they're not supposed to get the stuff right.
Okay.
So maybe they're given the wrong information so that you go, oh, that's not right. Actually, I'm going to do this now. Okay. So that could be going on. Also, fortune tellers have an ability, and some have more the ability to tap into the fears of the person or their dreams and hopes. So they'll tell you, oh, you're going to go to Hollywood and be an actress. And you're like, oh, I've always wanted to be an actress. Right. Or they'll be like, oh, you're going to crash in a plane and you're going to die or whatever. Yeah. And you'll be like, oh, yeah, I've always had a fear of flying. So they could be tapping into parts of you which resonate with you, but might not be tapping into the ultimate truth of who you are. So
and that comes down to simply the skill or the ability of the reader?
Yeah, but then there's some amazing readers out there as well, so just find a good one. And at the end of the day, you're the one that's in control of your life, and nobody else should be telling you what your life is. And so you're the one that should be giving your own understanding of your future.
So even if some, say, excellent future reader says this is going to happen, and you don't actually want that to happen, you can take it off track?
Of course, because we're constantly recreating our...
Unless it's a destiny moment.
Unless it's a destiny moment.
And then you just have to.
Yeah, but that will happen anyway, so you don't even have to worry about it.
Okay.
You don't have to make... I mean, that's the other thing about fortune tellers. They tell you these things, and then you try and align your life to what they've said to make it happen, and, you're going to meet the guy in the coffee shop, and then you end up hanging out in the coffee shop for 3 months, and then because you're trying to make that moment happen, which... life doesn't work like that. We should be living each moment in the now, and we should be learning to listen to the inner guidance or our inner wisdom to kind of guide us to the next moment.
Right.
It's that pull, like, oh, now I really do feel like going to the coffee shop, or I really should call so-and-so, or, we should be listening to each moment every time, because our soul or our higher self or our spirit is guiding us to those greater moments. We just need to listen.
Okay. I think that's a great place to stop for now, otherwise we can talk about hours!
I know!
Hours! Thank you, love.
You're welcome.
Interesting as ever. Thank you for watching. We hope that you watch more of these when we do them. And if you'd like to get hold of Vanya, just watch the end of this video. You'll find her website address, and same for me. Alright, take care.
Thank you, bye.